You are now listening to the Mill Social Talks podcast, hosted by Leroy Villamil, Chicago's best and finest when it comes to real estate. Find your forever home with Mills Realty.
Hey guys, thanks again for another episode of the Mill Social Talk podcast. We are here today with Ms. Letty Castellanos, Consul to Belize, and today we're going to bring you some of the services. We have a conversation going on today, but we have great information for you today, so it's going to be a very interesting conversation, very interesting show. So Ms. Letty, welcome again. Welcome to the Mill Social Talk podcast. Let's tell the people who you are, and let's get started.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure. It's always interesting to come out and talk to people about the services that the consulate provides. I'm Honor Consul Castellanos. I've been the consulate since 2018.
I guess so.
And,
yeah. Remember when it opens?
I know. It seems like it was yesterday.
It was yesterday, yes.
Now it's 21, and I just extended my appointment, so I'm excited to serve a few more years. So thank you for the invite.
I appreciate it. As we know, of course, this is the Belize Consulate, and I know they used to be one in New York and different places, but I know we are sort of the central located right now. You come from Canada, from Texas, so I know you guys are busy.
We're extremely busy. We actually serve the Midwest.
Oh, the entire
Midwest. But not only are we serving the Midwest right now, but we're also serving the southern states, the East Coast and the West Coast. We get people coming in from California. We get people in from Texas, Washington. Maryland, Virginia, we have everyone coming in.
Coming in to Chicago?
To Chicago. And I attribute that a lot to the fact that a lot of Belizeans have family here in Chicago.
Right.
So they always make it a mini vacation to come out and also take care of business. So we're always happy. Actually, last week, you're not going to believe this, but we had 2 people come in from Dubai.
From Dubai. So we're becoming international.
We are international because we had also someone from Australia
coming in for a passport. See, that's kind of cool. So
and
if you're out there, no matter where you are, Chicago is it, right?
Chicago's the place.
Chicago's the place for your passport. So just a quick question. Now that you're saying people come from all over, is that a part of the fact that there's no embassy in that area, or is just the fact that people want to come to Chicago?
I think a big role plays that so many Belizeans have families here in Chicago. Okay. And people make it a vacation out of it. So they come visit family and take care of business.
Yeah, because I know there was one in New York.
New York recently closed.
Okay. That's great information to know. New York closed, guys.
But, hopefully, they will reopen.
Okay.
We're keeping our fingers crossed. At this point, we don't know.
What about LA? I mean, because they come from the West Coast. Do they have one in LA, or is it consulate in LA?
We presently don't have a consulate, but they used to have a general consul.
Right, Mr. Young. Is that Mr. Young? No.
Layla? Fit.
I do remember. I know there's a couple consuls that maybe it's the past consul I'm thinking about.
But a successor has not been named.
Been named yet. All right, so I remember meeting one or two of them.
We currently have Miss Lewis filling in.
Okay.
And processing some applications. So they're not processing as many as they used to, but definitely still rolling.
So Chicago is the hub?
Well, we have an office in, DC.
In DC. Oh, yeah.
The consulate, the embassy in Belize processes applications. And Florida, Miami.
Okay. So we got a few, but I'm going to say Chicago's the hub.
Well,
hey, we
what
live here,
can I
say?
Go Chicago.
Go Chicago, yeah. All right, so now that we get an idea of, because I wanted to talk about that because, I'm sure people from all over are going to watch this and, whether or not they come to Chicago, or LA or wherever they are. We want to know that they can go other places other than if they can't get to Chicago. Tell us about the services, literally that the council has.
So I think I want to speak of the services, the professionalism, the respect we have for people's time. So we only operate by appointment.
Okay.
And we are a full service office.
Okay.
So we do anywhere from passports to vital stats, birth certificate, death certificate, marriage certificates, travel documents. Let's say a loved one, you have an emergency due to a loved one being ill or a death in the family, and your passport is expired and you need to travel tomorrow. We will give you a travel document that you can absolutely travel with, and once you get back home, you can renew your passport.
So those, and of course, you guys nationalism, I think is you were saying?
We naturalize. We do nationalities. Yeah. We do notary services. We have JPs and.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So you have JPs. Well, yeah, you would automatically be a JP anyway. Would that be correct? Right?
No, you have to actually be appointed.
Oh, to be a JP. Didn't know that. Okay. But of course you do notary if someone needs notary.
Correct.
You can do that here. So
I'm a notary.
You're a notary. Right. So you're looking. So let's talk about. A lot of us in the U.S. have kids, and they want to be able to.
And this is the time. This is the time to fill out those applications and nationalize your kids.
So to tell us the process of those who have kids here and want to get them dual citizenship.
It's as basic as completing an application, submitting 4 passport pictures, your child's passport, birth certificate, your ID, submitting it, and in 6 months or less, your child is a naturalized Belizean for $100 fee. Is the processing fee for the naturalization and a $30 shipping fee. So once your child has secured the nationality, they can apply for a passport.
Okay, so we nationalize first through, of course, through the parents.
Correct.
Parents,
One
grandparents.
Of the parents must be born in Belize.
Grandparents.
Grandparents can also file.
There's a file for them.
Absolutely.
All right, so we can naturalize our kids, and so they'll have dual citizenship.
And let me tell you what one of the advantages of having a nationalized child is. We love to send our kids for summer breaks to Belize. Right. But if you're in Belize more than 30 days, you need to apply for a visa extension. This eliminates that, as well as eliminates the traveling back fee. Because when you're non-Belizean, you have to pay that departure tax.
Okay.
So that's a saving. I mean, if your child goes to Belize twice, you have saved that.
You save that money. Mm-hmm. So other than naturalize, of course, you can apply for birth papers and for anything you can apply for. That's something that I think.
And a big one is our consular IDs.
I got to talk about that. I am glad you mentioned that because someone was telling me about that, and I did not know.
You did not?
I did not know that.
Shame on you.
No, I did not know that. That you could actually get a consular ID or it's called Belizean.
It's a Belizean consular ID.
Belizean consular ID. Now, I don't know how it's used, or tell me about how do you use it, because I don't know. I mean, I looked at I thought that only Mexican community had it, because I've only seen someone from Mexico has it.
Oh no, we have it.
Right, and I didn't know, and so when
and all you need to do is bring in a birth certificate or some identifying an expired passport to show that you are Belizean, apply for, and you get it instantly.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question that I don't know, and I'm sure some folks don't know. How is it used? And I got to ask this question: How can you use it here in the U.S.? I mean, can you use it for cashing checks? or can you how? Because it's not something I use, so how? I mean, that's something I really want. Oh, yeah, because I think some people out there who don't know would want to know. I mean, like me, because I see them like, can I take it to the bank and say I have an ID?
No, very good question. So, unfortunately, we can't demand that an entity accept it.
Okay.
So, as the consular card becomes more and more visible and used by our nationals, it'll become more acceptable. But right now, people are using it to fly out. People are using it for bank accounts, or if you get stopped by a, police officer, you can present that as an ID if you don't have any other form of ID. Having at least one form of ID is better than having none.
Absolutely. And would like a police officer accept it, or they would look at it and say?
In our jurisdiction, it is accepted. It all
In
depends on
Illinois or Chicago or?
In Chicago, it is.
Is it so? All right, so I gotta
But
ask
again, it all depends on that officer that's stopping you, that Homeland Security officer at the airport, that bank teller, everyone. I went to the bank to make a deposit for the consular account, and I gave her my honorary consul U.S. Department ID, and she's like, "Oh no, we don't accept this." She thought it was like a Mexican ID, consular card.
Okay.
So it's just, again, that person that is assisting you, how well versed they are
In that particular.
as it relates to identification.
I know that. So it depends on which.
And also that specific institution. Some institutions may not. And some will.
Accept it at all.
But we have had good response from our own little queries that we do.
So, but we don't, and this is just me getting a little bit into it because
No,
it's something interesting. Have I'm gonna say you as a counselor, have you reached out to any institution to say this is who we are? I mean, has the council had an opportunity to do that, to say, hey Chase Bank, this is what we're doing, or hey Bank of America, whatever that bank is, is that?
We have actually done some small outreach, not a
Right,
whole lot
yeah.
because
Okay.
of COVID.
Okay.
Most of our, outreach has been cut, but we have reached out to a few smaller banks, like
Okay.
TCF Bank,
Okay.
Fifth Third Bank.
So hey, good. And just in case, because some people import that doesn't have a U.S. ID, don't have, and so are we saying that TCF Bank, U.S. Bank, some of the smaller banks that you can name recognize this ID?
Again, it'll be per branch.
Per branch. Okay. That's good to know. I mean, sorry, I didn't know that. I apologize for those.
No need to apologize.
For those, but
Never too old to learn.
No, I know, and
I keep learning every day.
and I wasn't aware of that.
Well,
I mean,
before you leave, I'll have to show you one. You should absolutely apply for one. And the fee is $70.
Okay, but I mean, it's good to know. Because, so.
Well, it's better than having no identification.
Absolutely. I just kind of, any other service that you think that's very important, because that's an important service. And you said fly out. What does that mean? Fly out to different states I mean,
in any place that you need identification.
Okay, so.
But come October, you're going to need the real ID. So you may need to have that passport to fly out.
Yeah, you'll need a.
So a piece of ID
Next
may not
October,
just
I think
be.
they pushed it back.
Yes, I believe they pushed it back to October 22.
22. But anyway, so is there any other services that people come in, like, something that people come in and say that you said this is really important, other than the passport?
Yeah,
Because
we're always certifying letters for Belizean nationals who are either applying for an IT number or have some immigration process, passport issues, they've lost their passport, they need a letter verifying that they indeed held a passport. We certify all of those documents.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a number. What's approximately, what do you say, people, how many people come through here per month? I know you're busy, just as an idea.
About, I would say, a little over 100.
Oh, 100 per month. That's keeping you guys busy?
Well, the process, is a lot of paperwork.
Okay.
So if we could just work on applications, or we could probably be able to manage more applications.
Okay.
But Belize has a lot of paperwork, so we take at least 2 days just for paperwork and 3 for appointments.
So switching, you guys need some help.
Absolutely, and the good news is that we're getting it.
You are? Okay.
Yes, I don't know if you follow the consulate page, but we have an opening for an office assistant.
Hey guys, there's an opening for office assistant. You're
Please
Belizean.
apply. Please apply.
Please apply. If anyone out there, you've got some Belizean heritage.
It's an entry level. It's a
Entry
clerk helping us process the paperwork so we can service more. Because currently we are booked all the way through October.
You're booked. Oh my gosh.
And we only operate by appointment.
I know. So, hey guys, if you're out there and you're looking for some kind of entry-level job, got some kind of Belizean heritage, we're looking for you.
We're looking for you. One of the requirements is that you must be able to work in the United States.
Okay.
And that desire to work hard.
And because you have a lot of stuff. Now I know you guys have a lot of stuff going. So
and the phones never stop ringing. So please be patient. It's not that we don't answer the phones. It's that if we're on the phone with someone, we cannot answer you because we're trying to give someone 100% of our attention.
I want to say that's a great. So now I know we have some events coming up.
Yes.
We have a major event coming up, and so
very exciting.
Do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. I'm excited that the Ministry of Tourism will be visiting Chicago on September 30th.
September 30th.
They're coming in the 29th, doing a meet and greet on the 30th, and departing the next day. And for the first time, I don't recall in the many years that I have lived in Illinois that we've had a ministry come out and say, we want to come out and meet you, or we want to hear what your concerns are. We want to know what's on the minds of our Belizean nationals.
I think it's a great thing.
So I applaud them for that.
Well, you know what? There's it's full disclosure. I'm a part of the group that's going to try to hopefully get this together and working with Ms. Letty. But I think it's a great thing. As we talked to her earlier, I am interested in figuring out how they can help, because there's a lot of. For me in my business, I get a lot of questions about lands. I deal with people all over the country.
Very good point. And we also have the Minister of Lands coming. And natural resources to again, answer all of those questions our Belizeans have about owning land, paying land taxes,
lease land, people.
How do I get land? How do I pay my taxes?
I've had, I have incidents where I had my own land and people kind of like trying to take it away, So. I think
this will give our people an opportunity to ask all of those questions.
Oh, that's good.
Any concerns they have as it relates to lands. Not only that, but we also have the Minister of Constitution coming to address voting rights. So I'm ecstatic about that.
Okay, so voting rights, land. Hey guys, listen.
And tourism as a whole.
And tourism. So if you're listening to this, so where's that going to be?
Well, we are still in the works, securing.
It's going to be Chicago.
Here in Evanston. Here in Evanston,
Yeah.
not far from the consulate office, we're trying to secure the Levy Center,
The Levy Center, yeah.
and we should have confirmation hopefully by the beginning of next week.
All right, so that would be, just want to recap.
And that's
would
on
be
a Thursday, September 30th at 7 p.m. at the
Thursday,
Levy Center.
September 30th at 7. So hey
To
guys,
be determined
if
Levy
you're
Center.
if you want, listen. So some of you guys remember when last time, although administration come, this time it's about information, correct?
It's about information. It's
Information.
not about any kind of P. It's about
It's
people's
no parties,
concerns.
it's about information.
color, yes.
All right, so guys, if you keep this in mind, it's gotta be September
30th.
30th. September 30th is very important.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Mhm.
that you guys come out, whether you're Belizean, you're not Belizean, if you want to be a part of this, you want to have some kind of land, you want to know about it, you want to retire in Belize.
Retiring in Belize, and that's a big,
Right.
question on a lot of Americans
Right.
that may want to retire.
There's some who's
to
going to
Belize.
retirement, you want to retire down there,
Ministry of Tourism is going to be here to address those questions.
and there's a lot of information. I'm sure they're going to come to you with a lot of information and say, if you want
It's
to
a
do this,
delegation of
come here.
6
Of
that is
6
coming
people.
to Chicago, and we're excited about their visit.
So it's so important that people come out, and we want to, And by the way, if you're watching this video, or are you doing, or are you're just listen to the podcast, please share it.
Absolutely.
Please share this
And
podcast.
watch out for information on our Facebook page.
All right, so we're looking at. Please get this done. So that's June, September 29th.
September 30th.
I'm thinking June.
September 30th. No, June's gone.
June's gone. That's September 30th, and we'll
But
be
we
pushing
will
that.
make sure that all of this information is on our social media. We're asking everyone to please share it.
Please share this video as much as possible. And the delegation comes September 12th. I mean, I can't repeat that enough because I want to make sure that it's a great success. And whoever's coming, the Minister of Tourism and Deputy PM, whoever's coming, I want to
And the
make sure.
Deputy Prime Minister.
See, Deputy PM's coming, right? I want to
We're
make sure it's
excited
a
to
great
host them.
success. So, hey guys, Mrs. Castillo, what's the phone number to the office?
847-800-5181.
Is there a website?
Chicago Council.
Chicago.
Mhm.
All right. So, and I'm assuming you're in social media. And
Absolutely. We have a Facebook page, Consulate of Belize in Chicago, Belize Consulate. Follow us, like us, share us.
please follow us. I mean, we've shared great information. And of course, this is Ms. Letty Castellanos. Again, this is Leroy Mills Realty. Please share this video. Not only share it, leave us a message. As you know, we always bring you the best of people in all of Chicagoland. We always bring you the best of the best. See you again on the next podcast. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting
And don't
us.
forget to go to millsreal.com and Millsreal will have all the information. Again, please share the podcast. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to the Mills Social Talks podcast. Remember to follow this podcast on whatever platform you desire. Episodes are released weekly, and if you enjoyed participating, please follow us at The Mill Social at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. For all real estate inquiries, visit millsreal.com. Find your forever home with Mills Realty.